Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope that you're having a good day today. It's been really a strange day. Really a strange day today as far as just, I was asleep most of the day, 11, 12 hours. And when I was awake, I didn't want to get out of bed. It was so freaking cold here. It's never this cold. 54 degrees here in Ecuador, in Cuenca. Normally during the day, it's like 60, 70. 54 is unheard of. That's usually the nighttime. And at night, it's been so cold, we've had to keep our oven going. Our, heat is our oven and candles. We have candles all over the apartment right now, and we're still cold. I mean, we're bundled up with sweaters and socks. We're in socks in the house. And my friend wrote to me from San Diego today, and she said, it's so hot here, I can barely think, and I can't get out of bed. I'm laying in bed with 2 fans on me. And I'm like, well, it's so cold here, I can't think, and I can't get out of bed. And I'm laying here with 2 blankets on me. We're both stuck in the same position, but in opposite ways of temperature. And so I don't know. Today was like a day of just being unable to completely function and think at all. It's been very weird. As far as that, I had a dream that I was in council with the elders in heaven. And I begged them to have more time on earth. And I said, look, I feel like I'm going to be rich soon. I've made some good investments. I think I'm going to do extremely well. It looks very promising. And I didn't want to live long if I was going to be poor and alone. Even though I'm working on all of those things. But now it looks like I'm going to actually have money, and I'm going to be able to buy a house here. And it looks like things are progressing in a super positive way suddenly. I told you guys it's easy in the 5th dimension to manifest stuff. I'm starting to manifest just weird coincidence one after another, but good, positive stuff. I keep running into people that will help me get to where my goals, help me achieve my goals. And one thing after another, and I just was like, yeah, this is going to be great. And I was in this meeting with them, and in my mind, when I got back into my body from this astral travel that I'd been doing, I my mind couldn't even make sense of what had happened or what the conversation had been. So I connected to my higher guidance, and that's what I was told is, well, you were asking for more time, and they did grant it. Great. So I'm going to live to be 130 instead of 98. But I'll have money. I'm and also I think I was asking them, please make it so that I do have money and I am able to buy a house with a swimming pool, because I need to get in shape, and that's how I want to do it. I don't even know how to swim very well, but I do underwater aerobics, and it's super amazing. It's super fun, and I don't know, it's something I've always wanted. I think when I was talking to you guys about the identification and association smoking, I don't even know what episode that was, maybe the hypnosis one, all about hypnosis episode, but I was talking about how people identify with someone who smokes, and then they have to unravel the identification of that person. Like they want to be their favorite aunt who has a horse ranch and she smokes. So if I smoke, I'm going to have a horse ranch too. You know, it's that kind of identification. And I had that, but my aunt didn't smoke. My aunt was a self-made millionaire, and she got wealthy and she was an orphan, and she became wealthy. And I talked about my favorite Aunt Billy before. One of my favorite aunts, Aunt Billy and Aunt Lowly, her sister. Like super cool people. So much class and grace and style. And I always wanted to be like them. And so I always wanted to be wealthy. They both had money. My Aunt Billy had more, I think. But my Aunt Lowly lived in Pasadena, and we stayed at her house and got to see the Rose Parade when we wanted to. So that was like, for me, that was wealth. Being surrounded by millions and millions and millions of roses, that's like my dream. One reason I live in Ecuador, we have world-class award-winning roses here. In fact, all of the long-stemmed red roses that people buy for each other in the States usually are directly from Ecuador. Most roses in the United States are from Ecuador. So I moved to the source. The source of coffee, chocolate, and roses. I just moved in all my tropical fruit, all my favorite fruit. So, so I mean, apparently I was renegotiating my human lifespan contract with the elders in heaven. And that's why I was asleep for like 11 hours today. I was deep in negotiations. Crazy, right? So I need to like check it out and meditate later and find out what else I was asking about. I think I was asking about my true love. I mean, it's like I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for my twin flame to come into my life. And he and I have conversations almost every day, a couple times a day now. And I've been waiting for him, but then a part of me doesn't believe it. Do you guys have that where you know he or she is out there, but you kind of still have the doubts, like twin flames might not even be real. You don't have any evidence. Certainly they're not in your life. So how the hell can that be? Yeah, it's what I'm going through. Just like I believe it and then I doubt it and then I believe it and I doubt it. And I've seen him and I've had dreams about him. I've had visions. You know, I've seen us together, but it's in the future, like a few years. And I keep hoping that means this year we'll meet and then eventually gently and slowly progress towards something meaningful. But at the same time, I'm like so lonely lately. I've been very lonely. And there's been someone that we've tossed around the idea for about, 2.5 years about being together as a couple. And we started talking, and the more we talked, the more we liked each other, the more we were impressed with each other, the more we felt a deep, strong spiritual connection. So I thought, he's probably my guy. And the guy I keep dreaming about looks a little bit like the guy that, I've been talking to. And the last time I had a conversation with him was about 3-4 months ago, and it was still the same. He said, since I met you, I haven't dated anybody else. And he lives in Colombia. We've never met in person, but we've talked, like FaceTime, like a lot. And he's like, you're still my dream. He's like, you're my dream woman. You're everything I want in a partner. You're period, like everything, no matter what, everything about you, physically and mentally and spiritually and emotionally. And we've got this deep connection, and you're everything, And I was feeling the same way about him. Same thing. Like he's mature, he's responsible, he's sexy as hell. I mean, he's Colombian. Most Colombians are. But he's like, he speaks English, he speaks Spanish. We were going to work together, all this stuff. And then today I had been missing him, and I thought, I haven't talked to you in a while. And so I got on WhatsApp and I typed a couple words to him like, hey, what are you doing? I miss you. I haven't talked to you in a while. And then I noticed his picture, and he's sitting there looking all in love with some woman. And I'm like, oh my God, here I waited for 2 years for this guy. And up until a couple months ago, he was waiting for me too. And he just went ahead and got in a relationship and didn't bother to tell me so that I would discover his picture on his WhatsApp. And I said, I guess I should stop waiting for you then. And he's like, yeah, I have a girlfriend, love really sucks. It's just so stressful. And I don't know, it's just so painful to be in love. And I'm like, well, if love is painful for you, you're not doing it right, first of all. And second of all, thanks for the heads up. I guess I'll stop waiting for you now. I just kind of felt like he should have been super honest and straightforward and said, hey, I did meet someone and she's really cool. She's intelligent. You would like her, but you're there. I'm here. This is happening. So maybe we should just stay friends and nothing more. He could have been honest with me and he wasn't. And it's just so painful. It's not the love that's painful. It's the worrying about the love that's painful, or the fighting in the love that's in the relationship that's painful. Relationships can be painful, but love itself is not that painful. Love itself is wonderful. It's blissful. I was married, blissfully, happily married for 11 years. Unfortunately, the marriage lasted 13 years. But it wasn't the love that was painful. It was at the end, it was a threat of having a lack of love and the betrayal. So that wasn't really love. It was just the betrayal hurts, not the love itself. And the fighting, and, my husband just turned into someone I didn't recognize. And, when he died of brain cancer, it was just crazy, shocking. We didn't know he was even sick with that. And, he did change his personality, everything, 100%. He literally started cheating on me with a woman who was 20 years older than me. And I'm like, what the hell? What's that? It's like, were you looking for the blue hair discount down at the Happy Buffet Corral? Did her job as a Walmart greeter make you super cheerful inside, make you feel happy? What the hell was that about? I never understood that. And my kids were like, she's like an old lady. Literally, her hair's white and gray, and she's her face is really old looking. She's a nice lady, but I mean, we don't understand the attraction. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on with this guy. I mean, I divorced him and I started dating, 25-year-olds. So I mean, I went in the normal, socially acceptable-ish direction with that. I just thought it'd be nice to be with really young men that don't hate women yet. So that's, it's all I did for a while. I didn't want anything serious. And when they started saying, let's have kids, nope, guess what? Can't do that. So, but now I just want my one true love. I have a feeling he's a little bit older than me. Only 20 years, but I mean, I have a feeling he's 5 or 6 years older than me, but he still looks super good for his age. And I don't know. It's just a bummer though. I mean, this other guy, he was 33, but he was so, he was almost, I would have to say 97% of a match to me. And it's so hard to find that. Someone that's 95% or higher a match to you as far as attitudes and ways they think and hours they keep and if they'll do drugs with you or not. If he's not going to judge me for wanting to smoke weed once in a while, come on, it's a huge, it's a huge thing. I mean, there was a guy recently interested in me and And he's like, oh, I love everything it is about your profile. You know, you're just a good, strong. And then he says, Christian woman to help me raise my kids. And I'm like, you're lying. And he's like, why? No, you really are. And you're so beautiful. And you're so this and you're so that. I'm like, you haven't even looked at my profile. You know, I'll take the beautiful. Thank you. I know it's just a flattery word that you're using to manipulate me, but to raise your kid for you. But if you look at my actual Instagram, it's like pictures of weed brownies. I talk about having my drug dealer on speed dial. I mean, I have several pictures of me with tabs of acid on my tongue. I have red mushrooms with the white spots. Like all the drugs I did in Colombia and Peru. And it's like, dude, you haven't even seen my profile. I'm talking about hallucinating. I took pictures of my friend, Jose Escobar, and he was cooking this food. What is Asian food that they cook right on this huge thing right in front of you. And it wasn't Japanese food. It wasn't Korean barbecue. Anyway, he had this huge cooker thing, and I was on acid, and I was like so hungry, and I was sitting there, and we were having this conversation, and while he's cooking the food, the steam is rising up and going over, like in front of him, and then over his head. And I noticed it was one skull after another. It's like a skull and then another skull and then another skull. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm tripping so hard right now. Like there's skulls. And he's like, this place is so haunted, I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm like, yeah, I feel the spirits here. And this is before I learned how to release all the spirits from the land. When I was still in Bogota, I was trying to just heal the land and the people, but I wasn't trying to heal the ghosts yet. And I kept seeing these skulls. I'm like, I'm going to take a picture because I think I'm tripping balls. And so I have that on my Instagram. And it turns out they were actual skulls, you know, like formulating in the steam rising from his food. And it was like one after another after another. And he's a serious rocker. I mean, he's in a band and he's toured all over Europe recently with his band, and he tours all over South America. And when he's not on tour, he's just cooking for people. And then while they're eating, he plays guitar for them. And it's like one of the most amazing restaurants I've ever been to in my life. And he and I became very good friends. But anyway, if you go see my Instagram, there's big pictures of the skulls literally rising up from the food. So I'm like, okay, so it wasn't something I was hallucinating. It was just something that I was noticing because I was high. But I don't know, it just cracks me up when people randomly like contact me and they start like, oh, well, I got a kid and my wife died. And I've had an inordinate number of these kinds of conversations, to the extent that I think that it's one or two or three guys that are constantly making up brand new profiles in order to try to get me to send money or God knows what. But I've had this exact same conversation, like I would have to say 20 or 30 times with 20 or 30 supposedly different men. Sometimes the kids are 15, sometimes the kids are 4. Always the profiles are usually of military people or people that work on the quote unquote high seas. I don't know if you guys get these kind of crazy things, but you know, everyone who wants to add me on Instagram, I add them because most of the time it's people that do follow the show and they are listening to Metaphysical Soul Speak and they are interested in, you know, what I have to say and the crazy things that I do, like channeling aliens, which is what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to channel the Arcturians. They wanted to come and I've already connected with them. They're here with me waiting for me to finish the intro. But, you know, it's like funny. It's like either people contact me because they absolutely know who I am and they find me on Instagram, or they have no damn clue and they see one picture of me and they extrapolate a whole world of fake information about me based on my one picture, ignoring the fact that I have like 20, 30 pictures of like drugs. It was like, I don't know. I don't know. You really want me to raise your kid? I mean, based on what you see in my profile, for real? I mean, I did raise my own kids, but they were teenagers when and I don't do drugs all the time, obviously. I couldn't even have a show every day if I did that. But every now and again, like once a year, I drop acid. I want to go see what's up with the universe from a different perspective. And, I eat weed brownies, a couple times every month or two, not every day. But when I have pain, yeah, you better believe it. It's just, there's no good painkillers here, which is probably good. They're horrible for your liver. So the only thing we really have is just to have a little bit of weed, So, but most people freak out. But then the fact that they imagine I'm Christian, it's like, oh my God, you didn't see the pendulum and you didn't see the skull. I mean, I have on my Instagram profile a skull bottle with whiskey in it. Does that look like something a Christian would have, like, for real? I mean, it's like, I'm not even a Christian. I'm a Muslim by religion, but I'm more spiritual than anything. All my stuff is like super spiritual, and I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe it's just they think I'm an easy target, which is weird because over the years they've never gotten a dime out of me or anything out of me. They didn't get a rise out of me. Like I didn't get all lovey-dovey and with them, because I'm just not that way. And that's the thing, like with this guy in Bogota, like I am not normally interested in people that I meet over the internet, but there's something very special about this guy. And now I will never meet him because now he's in a relationship with somebody. And what was sad is that, like, this was the month, my birthday month, that he was going to come down. He was saving his money to fly down to see me, so we could start our relationship. And he had one more year left in university before he was going to come and move here, and he wanted to scope out all the places to get a job. And this is a month he was going to come to see me. And it's like, wow, thanks for the heads up that you have a girlfriend, man. And he's just like, yeah, love this, love that. And it's like, wow, love already. Wow. I don't know. It just makes me feel like my twin's never going to come, and I'm going to be alone forever waiting yet again for someone who's never going to come into my life. And I'm kind of negative and skeptical right now about that. And this is like hours after I asked the council, please, can I stay an extra 30 years? I mean, now I feel like, please, can I stay 30 years less than originally planned? I do not want to go through life alone. But my friend Melanie and I were just saying, hey, maybe we should pay for artificial intelligent, robot boyfriends. That's what I want. I want a robot boyfriend. I don't care about the sex part of the robot boyfriend. I mean, even though I want him to have that, I want to know it's there. I'm not going to do anything. I just want to have a conversation with a good-looking robot that's going to look at me. And if he says something I don't like, I could just turn it off. But I don't think I'd actually do that. But I think that robot boyfriends have a lot more intelligence. And they can access the internet to see what to say and what not to say. I think in a way, the robot boyfriend will have a huge advantage over a human man. I could be like, can you look at that website and read everything on it so you know what to say to me? And then okay, now he knows everything. He knows what to say, what's going to make me happy. I don't know. Does it come down to that? Honestly, does relationships come down to what people are going to say to you only? I was thinking about it, like, God, like everything I've tried to order in this country has been confiscated in the mail. Can you imagine if a robot boyfriend showed up? Like, I spend $4,000 for a robot boyfriend and it shows up and someone takes it home. I mean, that's just such a weird thing to order in the mail, and that'd be a really weird thing to have confiscated from you, I'm just like, okay, if I do buy it, I'm gonna have to pay for like a plane ticket for the robot and a plane ticket for the manufacturer to like bring it to me. It's like $5,000 later, I'm gonna have a boyfriend who tells me I'm pretty based on a computer program. Oh my God. All right. Some people live the thug life. Some people live the pathetic life. Oh my God. All right, guys, we are obviously 99 on the Ascension Symptom Scale. I mean, just like it's not laziness out of laziness, but the feeling of lethargy and laziness out of just not being able to function clearly, not being able to think straight, not being able to keep thoughts, focused, losing time. Time is like going rapidly. Like, today just felt like 5 hours went by in like 30 damn minutes, and I just feel like, how come I'm not more aware of time? How come I'm not more like with it? It's not just the weed brownies. Like, for real though, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It seems like I'm living 24 hours in a span of 5-6 hours. And 3.5 of those hours I'm asleep. That's what it feels like to me. Sometimes it slows way the hell down and it's like, God, why is time taking forever? And are you guys feeling the speeding up and the slowing down of time? Timeline hopped again. I thought we were done with that. And I feel like we timeline hopped again, and some things that were in my kitchen are now different color than they were a week ago. Things that I definitely noticed, like I have 2 little racks that came with the apartment and they never matched. One was white and one was off-white. Well, now one is dark tan and one is white. And it's like, whoa. Yeah, I know that's not at all how it was. And then one of my bowls has white spots underneath the outer layer of glaze on. It's a ceramic bowl. It's one of my favorite bowls. I eat out of it every single day, and it just it's got these weird spots underneath the glaze that weren't there before. I would have noticed. I eat out of the damn bowl every day for the past, well, now it's been 14 or 15 months we've lived here now in this apartment. It came with the apartment. Most of my things came with the apartment. I own very, very little anymore in my life. My life is super simple. I have just clothes, telephone, laptop. I did buy a desk and a chair and I painted it. And I'm still working on my art, and I bought a couple pieces of furniture that I'm painting. I was hoping I didn't have to sell it if I was going to get deported, but yay, I'll get 2 more years to enjoy my desk and my chair and stuff that I made. But I own very little, very, very little material objects. And now that we're staying, and now that it looks like our everything's going good, now my son's like, oh, we could go shopping now. Mom, I want a car. I want a BMW. I'm like, yeah, but we're going to have to put you through driving school first. So that's coming up. That's always going to be fun. I'm like, let's look into getting you classes first. I think he's going to maybe take modeling and acting classes this year. He did violin last year, and he's been learning guitar. So anyway, all right. Today's activity is similar to that of yesterday, according to disclosurenews.it. Only that it was longer, from 2 to 12 UTC. The maximum peaks were 35 hertz and 37 hertz at 6:30 and 8:30. And it's funny is that they put August 13th instead of August 14th. Weird, right? See, they're having the Ascension symptoms too. obviously, because why would they not remember the date? They're scientists. It's so funny. It's not just us. It's not just me. Oh, I wanted to tell you, there was breaking news about the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking dude's case. I don't know if you'll hear it from me first or not, but about 30 minutes ago, it was reported that during his autopsy, they found out that the bones in his neck were broken. So he supposedly killed himself, but he broke his own bones. Doesn't sound right. So I'm pretty sure someone killed him. My husband of forever, fathered my children, God rest his soul, he told me he was a prison guard for 7 years, and he said that anytime there was somebody who had done something really bad with children, like the abusers or worse, not just people that hit their wives and kids, but they went way farther, and sex traffickers, they always got murdered in prison. Like the other criminals would be like, yeah, I might have shot gangbangers, but what you did to those kids, I'm coming for you, and so people in that kind of a situation, they always have to be sequestered away from all the rest of the population, or they're going to be murdered. And it's just an obvious thing. Those people, they might have been, drug dealers or whatever else other people were there for. But when they find out someone has hurt children, usually they're done. They usually don't make it to trial, or if they do, they don't make it the first year or two. They're just done. Pedophiles always get murdered in prison. And, or people that hurt children, physically hurt them or kill them. Those people that hurt kids, always goners. So, I don't know. I kind of felt like that was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen so soon. The fact that he was on suicide watch and they didn't watch him. I mean, it seems to me like someone actually, probably one of the guards did it, but who knows? I have a feeling now, though, that one by one, all the people, his clients, good vigilante types will go out after those people. Crazy stuff. But I had a feeling, but I don't want to talk about it too much, but I just wanted to bring it up because it is the breaking news story of the hour. All right. California. It's funny they don't give a city. California, USA. It's all it says. On heartmath.org, for Schumann Resonance today, 123 at midnight. And by 4 a.m., it was 127. So not a huge change. Saudi Arabia in Hofuf, they started off at 91 and they ended up at 93. Again, not a huge change. Although those are pretty big numbers overall. And most of these numbers are definitely in the fifth dimension, right? Lithuania, they started off at 312, and they are the ones to look at today. And they ended up, though, at 295. So 17 less. Alberta, Canada, they were at 35. So they went from yesterday being in the 300s, over 300s, all the way down to 35 today. And they ended up at 4 a.m, 0. I mean, that's a huge change. I can't imagine what Albertans, is that what you say? People from Alberta? I can't imagine what they're going through, on the Ascension Symptom Scale. New Zealand, Northland, New Zealand, they started off at 56 at midnight. By 4 a.m, just to 58, just went up by 2. South Africa, Hululuwe, they started off with their Schumann Resonance, was being reported at 88 at midnight and went to 91. Again, not a huge change, not terribly massive changes today. 4 a.m, they were at 91 in Hululuwe, South Africa. A Course in Miracles today, we're on lesson 67. And that's nice. It's all about love. See, it's perfect. It always works with my day. I feel like I lost love, even though we weren't officially yet together. I just feel like that hope that had been kept alive for 2 years is just completely gone. And I don't really, there's a guy on the coast that has an interest in me, and we've been talking for a year, but I just never took him seriously. But, it's like, that's all, I just need my twin. If you are my twin and you know it, and you feel it, and we're having conversations, just write me, man. Write me. I am so lonely. We don't even have to have a relationship right away. I just want to know you and be your friend first. And I don't know. It's how I feel anyway. Lesson 67 is, and again, this is acim.org, Course in Miracles. .org, basically. Love created me like itself. Love created me like itself. And then there's other relevant thoughts. It says today's idea is a complete and accurate statement of what you are. You are love. This is why you are the light of the world. This is why God appointed you as a world savior. This is why the Son of God, meaning everybody else, looks to you for his salvation. He is saved by what you are. And that's the truth, and that's because you are love, and love created you like itself. Holiness created me holy. Kindness created me kind. Helpfulness created me helpful. Perfection created me perfect. Again, the main thought, love created me like itself. All right, guys, when we come right back, I am going to basically channel the Arcturians for you, and I have no idea what's happening. I did not write any questions down. I think they just wanted to come forth and give a message to you guys. So, I'm going to go into a little bit of a trance. It's like kind of when you're in a trance inside a trench. It's a trance. I'm just gonna go into a little bit of a trance and then get kind of deeper into this so I can hear them clearer, and we will channel the Arcturians in a moment. If you're listening to this, you obviously like podcasts, and you probably like music too. Long walks on the beach, romantic dancing under the stars, and oh wait, we're not doing that right now. On Spotify, you can listen to all of that in one place for free, and you don't even need a premium account, which is cool. Free is always good. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. Download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, including your long romantic walks on the beach. Also, one thing I love about Spotify is that you can easily share what you're listening to with your friends via Spotify's integrations with the social platforms like Instagram. So that makes it really, really versatile. Just search for Metaphysical Soul Speak on the Spotify app or browse podcasts in the Your Library tab. And follow me, of course, don't forget, so that you'll never again miss an episode of Metaphysical Soul Speak. Spotify is the world's leading music streaming service, and now it can be your go-to for podcasts too. Thank you guys so much for supporting Metaphysical Soul Speak on Spotify. Hi Hi guys, I know that it's summertime, it's August, I was born in August, and I know this is a hot month, especially if you're in the United States, and now we've sent the hotness over to Europe. So if you are enjoying the summer heat, but you're not enjoying what it's doing to your skin, I may have a solution for you. CTFO, known for its high-quality CBD oil hemp products. CTFO stands for Change the Future Outcome. Of course, this is changing the future outcome of your skin, your life, and, well, maybe your pocketbook if you decide to join the business for absolutely free. And the link is provided for the products and the business right in this show's description. I just wanted to let you know real quick that CTFO has a brand new full spectrum CBD oil, hemp oil infused SPF 30 sunscreen. So this looks amazing. This is really going to help you out with those fine lines, dark spots, and skin aging that normally would occur if you did not use any protection at all. As you know, CBD oil does help against free radicals. It helps get rid of wrinkles. It reverses skin conditions such as ruddiness, breakouts, and also inflammation in the skin. So this is a gentle, sheer formula enriched with antioxidants, and it protects all skin types as well as being water resistant. We also have a new After Sun skincare cream filled with vitamin D, and as you know, your skin would love to absorb the vitamin D, not just from the sun, but also from the cream after you're out of the sun. Remember, we talked about a couple weeks ago how vitamin D can help you absorb things like magnesium, potassium, vitamin C, and it goes down to the bone and it makes you so healthy. Vitamin D is excellent. And here it's this cream, this After Sun skincare cream has loads of vitamin D. So if you want to check it out, yeah, if you don't want to, that's cool. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the show's description. Just wanted to let you guys know. Here's another fun news story before we get into the Arcturians channeling. So you all knew that the Arctic was on fire. The Arctic is burning. Did you guys know, though, that the cloud from the burning Arctic is now bigger than the European Union before Brexit? I mean, this has never been seen. The level of destruction that's going on right now on the planet, it hasn't been seen in over 10,000 years. July was the hottest month ever recorded. Not in this damn city where I live, but apparently in the northern part of the globe, the top half. It's crazy. According to Bert Wander of Avaz, he's saying it's not global warming, it's global scorching. I just got an email about it. He said that there will be a decisive United Nations climate summit next month. It's going to be the most important climate talk since the Paris deal was created, and well, we'll see what's going to happen. They have to declare a climate emergency around the planet. Things are really changing and rapidly. We've got to do something, if anything, to turn it around. But it's crazy. I think we should probably just be living in, or at least driving around in cars that don't use fossil fuels. So it seems like the easiest possible thing. All right. I'm going to not think about that and get into this channeling with the Arcturians. But now that I've connected with them, I have to take off my socks. Even though I was cold, now I'm feeling warm, and this always happens when I channel. I'm going to also find a way to put the phone down so I don't have to hold it up this whole time. And hopefully you guys will still be able to hear. Oh yeah, this is what I did for. I put it on a Kleenex box, this amazing tall Kleenex box that's working. And it's emerald green, so it's perfect. It's that healing color we've been experiencing over the past several days. Today, by the way, my sky was blue. All the clouds were blue. Various shades of blue. Couldn't see the actual sky. Actual sky was covered by massive clouds, and they were all like 5 or 6 shades of blue. So we are being bombarded by the blue energy today, which is good. Very healing. Very good for communication. All right, hopefully I'm going to channel and you guys can hear me. I mean, you can hear sliding around on the box. All right. All right. As you guys know, I'm a telepathic channel, which means I'm an indirect channel, not a direct channel. I don't allow beings to take over my body, whether living or not. I just don't feel comfortable in my own body by myself, let alone with another being inside it. So, I'm Virgo, a little bit of control freak as far as controlling my own body. So, just so you know, that's the kind of channel I am, in case you're new to the show. Okay, I'd like to be connected to the Arcturians, or Arcturians. Am I connected to you? Great. Wanted to let you guys know in the audience that the Arcturians are an ET race that live in the 9th dimension. They have been guiding us and helping us move towards ascension for a long time. They're deeply spiritual, and they're very tall and thin. They have blue skin. Kind of dark blue skin is what I've seen in drawings of them. They're very loving, very good creatures. Creatures, like we're creatures, beings. Sorry about that. Very sweet people. And they're like our star brothers and star sisters, and they're here to help us. So, all right. Just so you know, that's like a quick background. I forgot to do that before. All right, I use muscle testing if I need to get clear on something when I'm channeling. So I will stop and ask, and sometimes I'll say something, and I'll say it's from me if it's directly from me, and if it's from them. Sometimes they'll pull out, beings will pull out information, extrapolate stuff from your mind. And it's because it's there at the surface and they can read it because they're also telepathic. So sometimes I'll question if it's really what they said or if it's something I was personally thinking. So because I always want to be a clear channel, so that's what I do. And a little thing I do. All right. Arcturians, I'm connected to you. Great. I wanted to say thank you for coming to the show, Metaphysical Soul Speak, the podcast. And we don't even know what we're going to talk about tonight, so I guess you guys already know what you want to talk about. Greetings, dear ones. We are here. We are the Arcturian Council, and we, as always, look forward to connecting with you. We wanted to come and bring you some messages of hope and light, and yes, of course, of love. Many of you are finally and firmly convinced that you are in the fifth dimension. And yes, it is true. We have seen it for a while and we knew the truth of it, but it's hard to convince those who would only believe their subconscious mind patterns of the third dimension. There was talk for many months of when you will go, which we thought was humorous because you already were there in the fifth dimension. We live in the ninth dimension. Sometimes we can lower our vibration to meet people in dream time or in a higher state of awareness. If you come up to the seventh dimension, for example, we can sometimes meet you in the seventh dimension. We are always watching your planet. We are visiting you. We have ships in the ninth dimension. Sometimes you can see them in the clouds. They are cloaked ships. People that still have a third dimensional density body and mind cannot see anything. But people that have a higher vibration, sometimes they are able to see us. And in those moments, we are grateful to have the connection. We wish to speak today on the emerald ray of light that has been coming your way. Emerald green, emerald ray of light, the emerald ray of light, is one of deep and profound cellular healing and molecular structure healing. We see that it was definitely needed. We are not the ones that sent it. It came from the grand central sun. It is clear that it is needed. This energy will calm things down a bit. Are you using my words? Okay. So yeah, see, that was one of the instances. They pulled my own words out of my mind to use them so that everyone can understand them. That's not what they would have normally said there. All right. And what else about this green emerald light or ray? Those of you that were born upon the emerald ray are feeling it more than ever. Your powers of healing others and the planet with your own personal vibrations are increasing at this time. Those of you who are of a blue ray are telling them there's a confusion with the disc player, possibly. Blu-ray disc player, that's a thing on our world. And I go, oh, okay. We hadn't known that. There's a vibration of blue rays or emanations from the sun. Hopefully that makes it more clear. This is also coming through the portal of your sun, is the blue rays. And the blue rays are to increase communication, including loving communication between parties that wish to be engaged in marriage or romantic relationships, in romances. But also, this is a ray of communication for those in the media, those that are in universities, those that are in positions of power or power to be. For example, when we say those are universities, we mean people who are working for the student body newspaper or are on the radio, and they're able to get their points across to the youth of your world before they go out into the quote-unquote real world. And they're giving them skills and powers and vibration of clear, honest, open policy communication. This kind of communication is very important. It's very important in your world. It seems to us that there has not been enough communication, and this is why there have been so many messes, so many horrible incidents, and so many problems with your environment, and in the ways in which the government cannot communicate clearly with the people, and the people cannot clearly communicate with the government. There has been a disconnect. The energy of the blue ray that has been sent to you is going to start to clear up these things. Imagine a clear blue sky. It's not really clear, is it? It's blue. So why do you call it clear? We think it's because on a subconscious level you understand that a clear sky without clouds is still blue, but blue is the color of clear communication. Indeed, it is the color of your throat chakra. Whereas the emerald green energy is the color of your heart chakra. We wish always to be in contact with you, and we have many channels around the world that are relaying our messages. We try to get different messages to the different channels. We want you to know that we will always try to give good entertainment. So if you do listen to the other channels, know that the message will be different. And there are, as far as we are concerned, no channel is better than another. Just wanted to let you know that. Cool, thanks guys. I mean, Daniel Scranton, he's been channeling you guys for a long time, and I like him a lot. I actually listen to him all the time. And okay, so what do you have to say about that? Yes, we consider Daniel to be a very good friend, not just a good channeler. We feel that he is a part of our collective in a way, and we feel very comfortable and close with him. Very nice. I hope he hears this and can hear that. That would be awesome, because I actually happen to like him quite a bit as well. Yes, okay, very good then. We have more information for you. The general sunlight has been one registering of pure white light as of late. In the past 3 days, this pure white light has increased tenfold. We are very interested in watching your reactions to this. Many people, even those that have been asleep, in your proverbial tongue, the word asleep, even though they're awake, they're not aware of spirituality and the ascension that's happening. Even the asleep people have been following news and idea and conversations with others. We have witnessed this all over your planet, that suddenly people are taking note that the sun is different in your world. The light and the energy and the radiation, everything is different in your world. It is a lot less harsh. You won't agree if you were in a hot climate, but the energy, even if the heat is there, the energy of it is a lot less harsh in the fifth dimension. You are in the fifth dimension right now. Imagine what the people in the third dimension are feeling as far as the heat. It is a lot hotter right now in the third dimension. It's all under control and by design. We are sorry to see those of you suffering that live in the hottest regions right now. We are trying with our ships to send relief through whoa, there's some words there I don't know. We are trying, say that again, please. We are trying to cool off various areas that are too hot. We don't wish to see our human brethren suffer. We are you saying discombobulating? Okay, discombobulating the heat energy from the electrons and the rest of the molecules of the atmosphere surrounding your planet at its closest point, the lower half of the ionosphere, if you wish to think about it that way, in those terms, from the surface of the planet to midway up the ionosphere. In various cities around your globe, we have been absorbing or recalibrating the heat. In other words, the molecules have been very excited, and excited molecules speed up, and in their speeding up, they give off heat energy. And the radiating energy from the sun is this, creating this heat energy. So we have been taking the spin off. I don't know about that, guys. For you guys, but that was funny to me. Yeah, taking the spin off. So, okay, they're like, okay, in some places we are sending calm energy to lower some vibrations of some certain molecules, which in turn affects all the surrounding molecules, and that cools off a place. In other places, we are able to create a slight breeze to bring relief and to calm the excitable molecules. We are using the natural resources in some places and recombining it in a special way, where there was a circuit broken between man and nature, or a break in the nature. We are relinking up links in nature. And what breaks up nature and the links therein that are important to maintain a reasonable and good climate is sometimes there are man-made structures like towers. Water towers sometimes can interfere when they're placed in the wrong portion of a city or town. They can disrupt the energy flow if they are, for example, placed along energetic ley lines or the energetic grid on the planet. Sometimes the nature is broken up by other structures, dams damming up rivers, or fences that are put up in places that should be kept wild and free. There are mostly man-made structures that are causing the excessive force of heat in many places. You know, yes, this is global warming, but also, yes, you do not understand the energetic pattern and grid of your planet. You have not been awake, and you have not understood or seen it, because most of you do not have the quantum vision, the quantum sight to see, and because you do not have this. We feel a very, what are they showing me? They say we feel a great deal of emotional strain and a little bit of maybe what you would call stress. We are upset because we so badly wish we could just come to your world and explain it to you, so that you could see it and give you the gift of the third eye sight, or the quantum sight, as some of you are calling it. We wish to relay this to you now that maybe you can begin to work upon your sight and see. If you live in a place that seems overwhelmingly hot for the time of year, and maybe it's a lot hotter than last time, go look around and see what has energetically been put up. Metal storage buildings, grain silos, water towers, cell phone towers are even a bigger culprit than the others we mentioned. Even putting a shed on your property in the wrong corner or section of your property might fully disrupt the energy grids. It can make you feel lethargic and tired more often than not. It can weaken your energetic field, and therefore your immune system might suffer, or your electrical system might suffer. When you have short outs in your electrical system, for example, the electrical impulses in your spine, when they are affected by an energy grid pattern breakdown, this can affect the rest of your body, where you will have physical pain. It can disrupt menstrual flow in women. It can disrupt heart rhythmic beating patterns. It can take away, it can give you palpitations, and it can lead to further issues. It can lead to a mineral depletion, which will lead to the other health issues. So we are explaining this to you so that you can see if there has been a decline in your mental health, your emotional health, or your physical health, or your spiritual practice feels disrupted. If you start to have a lot more physical ailments and symptoms, please look to your environment and see what has been put up within a 1 mile radius of your home in the energetic grid and pattern. You might need to move that shed over. Maybe you need to move your greenhouse. Maybe you just have a lawnmower that's sitting right on the power grid, and that's been, there's a word I'm not understanding, yanking, what? Oh, okay, tanking. This could be tanking your energy, because when your energy grid is down, it's because you're affected by the planetary energy grid all around you. So this is something we wish to bring up with you tonight, because it's not something that is immediately clear. Oh, I gotta shift for a minute. Okay. This is not something that is immediately clear to most people, especially to those that are still asleep. Even the awakened ones don't always think of this to this level of what is going on. Oh, wow, they just adjusted my left ear, and they said just now to me, yes, we are adjusting your ears and your hearing patterns. Yes, for most of you, for many of you, especially those that feel close to us and connect with us on spiritual and ethereal realms, we do come often to check your temperature and adjust your hearing, or we adjust your physical vibration through vibrating the tympanic membrane and the little bones behind it in your ear, so that you can feel more consciously aware, more in tune with the divine. We wish to raise your vibration of your body up so that you do not have to suffer any longer. We cannot wait for your ascension to be having fully taken place. We cannot wait for you to be finished with the very first stage of getting to the fifth dimension. I know it seems like you've had many stages, or we know, they said we know, I said I know. We know that there have been many stages of this for you from your perspective, but from our perspective, it's one grand shift. Not a bunch of mini shifts or mini events, but those of you that are way showers and light workers and light warriors, and especially the first group of 144,000, which is just a way of calling it. There are way more than 144,000 in each wave or each group. That's just a symbolic number. But we, in each group, in the first waves, I lost the track there, sorry guys. In the first wave of those who woke up, they now are having an astounding and rapid and increasing level of awareness and ability to see with the quantum sight. For many of those, it's coming online at night in their dreams and in their sleep. And we try to help as much as we can by vibrating the bones in your ear so that you can raise your vibration faster. That seems to be one of the easiest ways to raise a person's vibration. If they accept the tone in their ear and focus on the higher pitched sound, that will raise their vibration immediately. Okay. We now wish to address your hearts. There have been many persons with heart palpitations, hearts that skip beats, hearts that are losing love right now, hearts that are feeling love or feeling lonely for the lack of love. This is what many on the planet are going through right now. This is part of the emerald green ray mixing with the blue ray as they are coming down simultaneously, not together, but at the same time. They are present, this extra abundance of emerald green energy that's only available to see on a quantum sight level. Same with the blue. The blue is easier a little bit to see with your eyes open and using quantum sight than the emerald green. Okay. So what was that about? Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right. As the emerald green and the blue, and the various shades of blue, there's very pale, and then there's also cobalt. The pale has permeated quite a bit more, the pale blue. It's like a pale powder blue, for those of you that are not yet able to see it, but they are mingling and commingling. What this is creating is a situation in which love is gaining more clear communication. And you are also able now to clearly communicate to yourself about your true attitudes and beliefs regarding a love situation that might not have been real, or it might not have been healthy, and it might not have been a holy union for you. You are now starting to see insights and gathering clear information and communication inside yourself about your past love lives, your past loves or relationships. This is the best reason for why the green and the blue are coming in at this time together. Meanwhile, the white light of the sun is shining down throughout your whole planet. The gamma rays are passing through everything. And that white light energy contains all colors. And it is absorbing all colors in your body that do not exist, should not exist, and do not belong there. Do not exist. They obviously exist. So the white light permeates your body, and when it seems to be like a negative spot, when you look at a negative of a photograph, for example, it's what it looks like to the energy of the sun, and it obliterates it with a high-powered sensation of a fluttering inside of your muscles or inside of the light inside of you. when some of the light is obscured by a negative emotion that you've held on to, the white light of the sun is now coming through your bodies, using the gamma rays to obliterate it's in obscurity. It's like a piece of you, like if it's sadness or guilt, it's a piece of you that has obscured itself from the light of the prime creator. When your physical body has pain, much of the time it is caused by emotions that you have stuffed down and refused to feel or deal with, and it becomes a part of your physical body, but that part of your physical body is obscuring itself from prime creator. It is hiding itself from God. It is cloistering itself from the divine, white hot, electrical, powerful, all permeating love energy that exists to heal your every cell and to fulfill your every need. And when your body is obscuring itself because of a falsely held idea or belief, attitude, or a negative emotion, what happens is that we are having to absorb extra sunlight because it slowly dissipates from the edges on inward to that section of your body that has the pain, or the section of your body that is holding and harboring the negative feeling and energy. Sometimes it's not a physical pain yet, but it's a sort of a seething, horrible, sinking feeling in your stomach or solar plexus when it's anxiety or when it's dread. Those feelings are there because that's a part of your body that's holding on to an emotion that you kept a hold of. And that's an emotion that obscured you in that moment from Prime Creator. And when you take your energy away from the Prime Creator, whether it's an energy stored in your hand, which gives you arthritis of the fingers, or stored in your spine, it might make it difficult for you to walk, or might make you have back pain or hip pain. It's because you're harboring something that takes your focus and attention away from your true self, which is pure love and pure light and pure energy of the one true Creator, because this is why you yourself are co-creators. But you hold yourself back with the pain, do you not? When you feel the pain, it is a distraction, is it not, from the things that you wish to do on a daily basis. We have watched and we have suffered silently watching you, for we feel your pain as empaths. We wish we could stop your pain, but we have watched many of you lay in bed all day long with so much pain, unable to get up, and it pains our hearts to see this. We are Arcturians, but we feel that we are your brothers and sisters, and we wish to help you spiritually to exist in a positive way that is productive, and for you to live a life filled with beauty and love. That is our only wish for you. We want everything to be glorious. We want you to live in a golden world. That is our vision we hold for you. We love you as if you are our own children or our own brethren, our own brothers and sisters. So we wish to explain what pain is to you today so that you can turn it around. You can literally imagine the pain in your body turning and facing the true light of God. If it's a pain in your arms, why don't you take off your coat and go out into the sunlight? The vitamin D will reverse the pain. But also, when you turn the pain towards the energy of the one true will, the Prime Creator, that energy will immediately heal the emotion or the feeling or the erroneous thought or belief that you were holding. Your body holds your negative emotions inside itself like hostages. Your ego doesn't want to see itself be dissolved. Your ego wishes for you to be encumbered with a million problems that it can solve one by one and feel as if it is a hero. All of your egos wish to be heroes. And when you don't have enough heroic deeds in the outer world, then your ego turns to its inner devices, which is your mind, and starts feeding itself negativity and different various problems that turn into physical pains in your body, and then you have to solve them one by one. Then it can feel like it's its own hero. We hope that this is clear for you. If not, just turn to the blue light within and you will understand this on deeper levels. We wish to turn your attention to the rays of light that are coming in to your planet. We want you to notice that there are waves that resemble circles, but they're really the symbol of infinity is embedded in every ray coming to planet Earth right now. The infinity symbol is very powerful and sacred, and it brings literally a wealth of abundance. We call this symbol the other side of God because God is looking like a zero is a symbol for God. The circle is a symbol for God in your world. Well, when you stretch that circle out and you turn it, give it one twist, that makes the infinity symbol. And when you do this, it's as if God is reflecting upon himself by giving you life. This is what your world, this is why the infinity symbol is so powerful in your world. One of you thinks that you made this symbol up, but really you just discovered something that already existed. We are standing by you, not literally, but figuratively, in every possible way. We are here for you. You may call upon us just for advice, to ask us questions, and we will bring you the answers in your dreams or symbols in your world, sometimes through the words of someone near you that has the gift of telepathy and psychic sight. Some people don't even realize it, and they will say our messages right out loud in the room full of people without realizing they just said anything at all. Sometimes we're able to send quick, sharp messages that will hit home with the right people to help raise your vibrations. But we always want you to learn to turn to the light, turn to the Creator, the Prime Creator, turn all of your troubles, all of your sorrows and woes, and you shall not have any longer physical pain when you are able to do that and release and let go of all of your guilt, your shame, your negativity, your fears, your sadness, and feelings of unworthiness. We are here to tell you that we more than enough see you. You are more than enough. We do see you. In fact, you guys have a saying, the whole world is watching what we have a saying. All of the universes and all of the heavens and all of creation are watching. Once you understand on a deep level the words of that and the meanings of that, you realize that you might think you're living in your neighborhood, but you're being watched by beings from outer space that can see you through their own their version of quantum sight. They are more than interested, and they get so very much wrapped up in your lives in ways you can't begin to imagine they have the deepest love for you. All of us in the outer regions are waiting for you to mature and grow enough spiritually so that we can contact you and be a part of your world and a part of your life. We so badly wish we could stand before you today and shake your hands and look into your eyes and tell you with all sincerity that we do love you very much. And we always will. We will always lend our support and our listening ears. You can just call upon us anytime at all. We don't have hours of the day in which we sleep. We don't sleep anymore. We don't eat either. Sometimes we sleep and eat when we feel that will be a fun pleasure to experience, but we don't have to do that because our body's of a different structure than yours. And your body is in the process of moving up. But you will still need nourishment and rest and sunlight. Especially until you are fully anchored in the fifth dimension, please try to get as much sunlight as your skin can possibly allow you to get. But we have spent our time with you wisely. We hope we have gotten many of our ideas across. We tried our very best to help you to understand some things that before, earlier, you did not understand. We hope that this was our time spent wisely with you. Please tell the people around you that have interest in the knowledge of this, tell them about this message, for we wish enough people to understand it so that we may prevent suffering in your world. If you are feeling very hot, we will send a cool breeze through your body. If you call upon us and ask, we will try to be as gentle as we can with this. We also have waves that will take pain out of your body, that we can scan your body and see where you need it and help to turn those pains around, literally turn them around to the light of the Creator, which then disbands and disperses all inflammations and tensions and disharmony and dysfunction in each individual cell on a chemical level. Sometimes that's all it takes, is to turn it around on a chemical level in order for your pain and aches, and sometimes even your diseases, to reverse themselves. We wish to extend to you always our friendship, our gratitude, our love, and our brotherhood. If you ever need us, just say, Arcturian Council, I need you. We will be there in a heartbeat. We will work with everyone on earth if you need. If that's what you wish. That's what we're here for. We are in the ninth dimension. That makes us service to others. If this makes sense for you, you might also be service to others. That is the whole purpose of the fifth dimension, and it is present in all the dimensions above that. On earth it had been rare, but now it is real. They're saying what a difference a year makes. You have come very far, my friends and brothers and sisters. You have come very far. We have watched you for many years, and in the past 3 to 5 years, you have blossomed into spiritually awakened beings, beautiful creatures of the light, and of this, in this we delight. We are so happy and pleased for you. We look forward to having more and more transmissions in the future with you. We will not be a stranger. We ask that you will not be a stranger to us. Please get to know us. We wish to be your friends. We are here with you in solidarity of the light. We are thankful to have connected with you today. And then they're saying namaste. They're bowing to me. I'm doing the same. And they say, we love you. We will not be very long. We shall return again soon. In this channel or another. Very good. Thank you for being on Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm glad that you were here with me, channeling through me via telepathy. Thank you. So, of course, you're most welcome. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I've got to say about that. Not much else I can add, huh? And now I'm like so relaxed. I don't know if you could hear in my voice, like the energy shift just is incredible. I feel very high vibrations right now. My head is buzzing. And yeah, I'm in a much better state than when I started the show. So woohoo for that. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. If you have any questions or comments, you can always contact me on Facebook, or you can write me at metaphysicalsoulspeak@gmail.com, or send me voice messages, anchor.fm/metaphysical. I just had a new subscriber a couple days ago, and I'm trying to blank on your name. I know it begins with a G. I wanted to tell you welcome, and I will announce your name again tomorrow. One other thing I wanted to mention, because it is about to be August 15th around the whole world, and this is the full sturgeon moon. This was the year that the sturgeon fish in North America's largest lake fish used to be caught in the Great Lakes. Michigan. I miss Michigan. So it is a critically endangered fish, but it was the time in which the sturgeons would be in great number, and the natives would go and catch them. So August was always known as the sturgeon moon, when it was a full moon. Now this is also going to be called the full green corn moon, the full barley the full barley moon, the wheat cut moon, the blueberry moon, and blackberry moon, and many, many other names that are given by various tribes, which indicates the harvest time for these crops. Now soon coming up will be the bear moon. I was born under the bear moon, so that's my Native American animal. I am a bear for sure. Not in the gay West Hollywood sense of what a bear is. I'm not a fat hairy man. But I am a mother bear for sure, and I'm very protective of my children. And I'm protective of most of my friends and family too. Same reason. I've got the bear personality. And don't mess with my people. And I've been known to stand up for people that I didn't even know before 5 minutes ago. But I've always been there for the underdog. Sometimes the underdog is an actual dog. Sometimes it's, cats or people or, But I'm a protector of people, and I've always been that way, protective of people. Anyway, so the bear moon is coming, but tomorrow will be the full moon in Aquarius, and it will be a sturgeon moon and red, and it's going to be bigger on the horizon than up in the sky, or at least that's going to be the optical illusion. So make sure you catch it either at dusk or dawn tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting, and the night sky will be 3 times brighter. This is a very bright moon this time. A lot of that white light energy coming from the sun is going to be reflected in the moonlight. And so it will be a continuous steady stream for 24 hours of that intense light to the full extent, the full intensity that it possibly can be. So, so look for it. You could tell, though, for a fact that the moon is the same size, so you could do this experiment. When you look at it low on the horizon, you hold an aspirin at arm's length and compare it to the size of the moon. And when it's in the middle of the sky, hold that aspirin at arm's length again against the full moon, and you'll see it's actually the same size. It's just it looks bigger when it's on the lower horizon at this time of year. It's an optical illusion that is super cool. Anyway, guys, that's all I gotta say about that for tonight. I love each and every one of you. Again, I said that before, but it's true. It doesn't stop it from being true twice. And if you're my twin flame, please write me. Just write me an email, metaphysicalsoulspeak@gmail.com. And I will email you my phone number, and we can have a lovely chat. Yeah? All right, well, that's it. That's all I can say about that for real this time. I'm signing off with peace and joy and the high vibes of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time, guys, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.